Hi Aquarius, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you haven't done so already, please give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps my channel grow, and hit the red subscribe button. Our next goal is going to be 300 YouTube subscribers. As always, this is a general reading, general meaning it may or may not resonate. If you don't feel it resonated, I encourage you to check out your other signs, meaning your moon sign, your sun sign, rising sign, all of that good stuff. If you still feel like those messages didn't resonate because all of my readings are general, I encourage you to come back in a week or so when I do an updated Aquarius reading. This reading applies to me as well because I am an Aquarius moon. Two more for Aquarius. First one is Show the World the Real You, full moon in Aquarius. Now keep in mind, since this is my moon deck, these messages may not resonate until we have the moon in that sign. So for example, the next full moon in Aquarius, showing the world the real you, being authentic in terms of your personality and your character. Don't let your past hold you back, South Node. Balance spirituality and practicality, full moon in Pisces. And your hard work is paying off, new moon in Capricorn. So there's a difference between being spiritual and being practical, and just to be mindful of that. Pisces is a little bit of a dreamy energy, because I know the other card in this deck is about balancing your dreams, meditating and contemplating on what it is that you desire. So with that dreamy Pisces energy, just make sure you're balancing what is spiritual and what is practical, if that makes sense. But Aquarius, you are working very hard at something, and now you are reaping the rewards of your hard work, meaning the hard work is paying off. We will get a little bit more clarity with our unicorn messages. Not letting your past hold you back could be that is an ex energy or a ex lover, if you will. Bottom of the deck, we do have talk about your feelings. Tell a friend how you feel. You may be confiding in a friend or your best friend about the real you. Maybe you have conflict with your parents about your style or the way that you dress, and you're talking to your friend like, I wish I could wear this type of clothing. I wish I could do my hair like this. I wish I could wear my makeup like this. But you're like, you may have a parent who is like really strict about the way that you dress or the way that you do your hair, and you're telling your friend about the person that you wish you could be, which is authentic and real, but you may have someone holding you back, such as a parent or a relative. You may act really quiet and timid around your parent or around your guardian, but the real you would maybe be more assertive, vocal, not just like, yeah, okay, everything's fine, just kind of going with the flow. You may be holding your tongue about your true feelings, about a person or a situation. You may just be pretending that everything is fine and everything is okay when it's really not. True is what is clarifying. Show the world the real you. Yes, what you're asking about is the truth. Don't forget about moving on from your past, not just not letting your past hold you back, but remember to take things one step at a time. Lots of little steps make big dreams come true. Clarifying, balancing spirituality and practicality is forgive. It's time to let go of anger or blame. And then our clarifier for your hard work is paying off is curiosity. Start a project related to something you're curious about. So someone here definitely needs to show the real you. And because our clarifier is true, this would be about showing the world the true, authentic, real you, expressing your true feelings towards a person or a situation, getting over your past or an ex, whether this is a person you were married to or just in a romantic relationship with. Take it one step at a time, which to me is saying one day at a time. There's no set amount of time it takes to heal a broken heart. Keep that in mind, whether your breakup was more recent or if it was further away, such as 3 months ago, 6 months ago, a year ago, could even be 2 years ago. Take things one day at a time. Nobody's saying that you have to be completely over your ex in one day. Just start small and kind of work your way up. You may need to forgive someone. You may need to let go of anger or blaming someone. You may have a Pisces around you. My sister is a Pisces sun, or just a really dreamy energy. This person could also have strong Pisces in their chart. You may feel anger towards this person. You may be like, I'm getting someone is walking around with their head in the clouds, and you're like, this person just walks around or, has their head in the clouds. They're not very real or practical when it comes to goals or planning or long-term commitment. Some of you guys, this could have been your ex as well. And you're like, yeah, this person had really big goals and dreams, but they never had a plan to achieve those goals and dreams. Like they just talked about it or fantasized about it without putting in the action. Some of you guys, your hard work is going to be paying off in terms of a creative project or a creative endeavor. Message from Spirit is to start a project related to something you're curious about. So this could be a habit, it could be a research project, it could have to do with art or music, something that you're curious about in general, whether this is scientific or artistic. We're going to get some more clarity with our tarot. Bottom of the deck, we do have the Four of Cups reversed and the Knight of Pentacles reversed. Some of you guys could be dealing with an earth sign, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, with the Four of Cups reversed. But the Four of Cups reversed is about renewal, and blessings are coming your way. But you have to be careful because the Knight of Pentacles... Okay, Four of Cups reverse, replenishment, renewed motivation, and blessings. So you are having blessings come your way in the month of October, having renewed motivation. Some of you guys, this motivation is to talk about your feelings and telling a friend how you really feel. The Knight of Pentacles reversed represents boredom, undependability, and hard-headedness. So this could represent you or a possible earth sign. Doesn't have to be. This may be just someone with these qualities and characteristics. So feeling bored, not really being dependable. You're feeling bored by your present problems and responsibilities. You may have a hard time listening to the people around you, making them feel unappreciated. You may be feeling like you can't handle an issue or a situation, and now you're feeling really overwhelmed, which can also paralyze you and prevent you from dealing with the root cause of your stress. This can also represent a literal person in your life who is unreliable and a sloth. So for some of you guys, this really undependable, unreliable person is a friend. This may be someone who you thought was your friend or you thought was your buddy, and you open up to them and told you how you really feel. And then what I'm feeling with the Knight of Pentacles reversed is they're just like, yeah, whatever, or meh, or okay. Like they're not really listening to what you're saying. They're kind of just going along with it, is what I'm picking up on. This renewed motivation, you may have a spark, Aquarius, where you're like, I'm tired of hiding how I truly feel. I'm tired of keeping my real feelings bottled up. I'm going to open up to my friend, and that is your motivation to talk to your friend. But the outcome is like you can't really depend or rely on this person. Maybe they go and they tell everything that you said right back to your family or towards another friend, and you're feeling backstabbed by this person because you're like, I told them my true feelings and they just went and blabbed their mouth to my family or towards other friends. Now everybody knows how I feel. Some of you guys, this may be a third-party situation, not just in terms of romance and cheating, but like you tell one friend, you tell friend A your feelings about friend B, and then your friend goes and tells friend B everything that you said about them. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Something like that. Like you... Temperance and Six of Cups reversed, more water energy. Some of you guys could be dealing with a Sagittarius, but there's a need for balance and moderation. You may be ready to say what's on your mind and say your true feelings about a person or a situation, but there has to be moderation, meaning you can't talk about your true feelings for 10 hours a day. If you need to vent for 15 minutes or half an hour to a friend or a counselor of some kind, that is fine, but remember, you can't just go rambling on and on and on for hours upon hours about how you truly feel or your authentic self. Six of Cups reversed represents worry, bitterness, and rumination. Some of you guys are feeling stuck in the past. You could be clinging on to outdated thoughts for comfort or reliving the things that you said or did wrong. There's something you need to let go of so you can continue your journey. Because the Six of Cups relates to card 6, which is the Lovers, there is a choice to be made. So there's a message of loss and bitterness due to that loss as well. There is also an imbalance because it is in the reverse. Some of you guys need to reconnect with your inner child. What's something your inner child loves doing that you've been neglecting? So with this past energy, I feel like a lot of you are holding on to an old relationship or an ex. Again, there may need to be some balance or moderation in terms of your ex. Again, it is one thing to stalk your ex on social media, meaning you check their page once a day, once a week, once a month. But if you're doing it 6 times a day, if your former lover is all you think about all day and night, you're not having that balance there because you're holding on to your past or something old or outdated, such as a previous relationship. Some of you guys could be dealing with a Leo with the Strength card. Could also be someone who has strong Leo in their chart. But the Strength is all about having not just inner strength, but courage. And some of you Aquarius, you really need to find your inner strength and courage to not let your past hold you back, and also heal from your past by taking things one step at a time. King of Pentacles in the reverse. So this represents somebody who is really not good with their money. This represents somebody, again, who is irresponsible, represents control and rigidity. This could also represent a rigid business strategy. You may also be domineering with your family members or your colleagues, so watch out for that. You might be holding them to unreasonable standards. Again, there is an indicator of an imbalance, possibly having to do with day-to-day life. Some of you are really feeling stuck or in a rut, but you can heal by turning off your technology and reconnecting to the world around you. So some of you guys are spending way too much time checking up on this Leo or somebody in general of your past. This could totally represent an ex being stuck on a former lover, a fling, something like that. Somebody is really feeling stuck here. There is a very unreliable sloth type person, and also somebody who is not dependable or responsible. More earth energy with that King of Pentacles. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We already have 2 major arcanas and 2 cups cards and 2 pentacle cards. So that seems to me that this is going to be a big month. The Fool just came out, another major arcana represents the beginning of a journey or a new beginning, taking a leap of faith. So some of you guys are taking a leap of faith to let go of anger or to simply forgive someone in your life. Doesn't just have to represent an ex, could also be a family member. And then another major arcana, the Hermit in reverse. Some of you guys may be isolating yourselves from friends and family. You may have had a falling out with a friend. Again, telling them your deepest, darkest secrets or your deepest, darkest thoughts. This was a friend that you thought you could trust, or they were your best friend, and they just went and blabbed everything that you told them in confidence. Another story that I'm getting, Aquarius, is you may be isolating yourself from family members because you're in the process of trying to forgive a really dreamy personality or a really dreamy energy. But there has to be a balance between having a new beginning with someone, meaning you forgive them, and then totally isolating yourself from them, which is kind of an interesting energy. I'm getting that you might be cutting somebody off completely. You may have been like, yeah, I forgive this person, but you're blocking them like all in the same movement. You get what I'm saying? Like you're like, I forgive you, but I'm also isolating myself or withdrawing myself from your energy. Yeah, that tells me that you are cutting somebody off like completely. Like you're blocking them. You're like, I don't want to see you. I don't want to talk to you. I forgive you for hurting me, but we're done. Or you're cut, meaning cut off. Clarifying curiosity, we have the King of Swords, so air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And we have the Eight of Wands in reverse, so feeling stuck, things are not moving forward. Some of you guys are definitely feeling this way with the King of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Eight of Wands. Again, all of those cards were in reverse. We do have fire energy, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but the Eight of Wands reverse represents a delay, being overly busy, or pacing yourself. Again, pacing yourself may come with balance and moderation from Temperance. Also patience with the Temperance card. The King of Swords. Authority, ethics, and objectivity. So this would represent a mature intellectual power and authority. He may represent a situation, energy, or actual person in your life. Though he is highly regarded, you probably wouldn't consider the King of Swords a friend. He is the military commander of tarot. He uses his objective nature to seek out truth and facts. You may need to be more stern and clear in your goals, be fair in your judgment of your situation, and leave behind negative emotions that are holding you back. This could also suggest that you need to seek professional advice, perhaps legal or financial. He has very high ethical standards for himself and would never allow himself to be corrupted. Because of this, he gives sound advice that brings out the best in you. So again, letting go of a past energy or negative emotions that are holding you back. Some of you guys, this has to do with a project that you are really curious about. You might not have support from your family or your circle of friends, And this may be an endeavor that you've worked really hard at. You've started a project that you're really passionate, creative, and curious about. And now you're finally reaping the rewards of your hard work, meaning that you stayed curious about a project or a plan, whether this has to do with your education or your job, a talent or a hobby that you have. There may be a delay here with the King of Swords, meaning you're holding yourself to a really high standard and you're following the ethics and being the military commander of the tarot. But there may be a delay here with that Eight of Wands reversed. You may be trying to embody the personality of the King of Swords, or this could represent a brand new person who is coming in during the month of October. Some of you guys, I'm getting this King of Swords may be like a talent agent or something like that. I'm also getting something having to do with a newspaper, like an editor or a journalist or a photographer for like a newspaper or a journal or a magazine. I have no idea who that's for, but I have to call it as I see it. Like a talent agent or, somebody who like seeks out like new recording artists, something like that. I don't know if manager would be the right word. If there's managers like in the singing industry or the theater industry. This could also be like a Broadway scout or a Broadway agent. Somebody who is in charge of auditioning people and finding people to be on Broadway. Or a manager or a scout agent of some kind, or a businessman like an editor or a CEO or a photographer or a journalist is what I'm picking up on. Number 44, Fairy of the Green World. The natural world needs you. So again, some of you guys may need to spend more time outside or more time in nature, spending time around plants or animals. Some of you guys, that is what makes you happy, or that is where you feel very peaceful. You may need to work on your diet, meaning you're getting enough fruits and vegetables. Some of you guys might be into organic food or healthy eating. Making sure you're getting enough sleep and drinking enough water, taking care of you from all of those aspects. Some of you guys really need to make sure you're taking care of yourself after having really a sloth, a undependable friend, or an unreliable person in your life. This could represent a neighbor or a family member of some kind, like a sibling. Sibling means a brother or a sister, and you're taking time to heal from this really unreliable person. Number 31, Lady with a Bosch Egg, Ancient Wisdom. So the story with this lady is she knows the power and the value of her egg. I don't know if you can see like the thunderclouds and the storm in the background, but the story with this lady is she is waiting to release her egg at the right moment. Just because there's chaos and destruction in the background doesn't mean it's the right timing for her to unleash the power of her egg. And divine timing is very clearly a message with these two cards right here, because again, another interpretation of temperance is having patience. So some of you guys really need to have patience because we do have an old like an ex or an old lover. This could even be an old friend, or honoring your inner child with the Six of Cups reversed. You may need to have patience in order for your ex to come back. You may have already been waiting a long time for your ex to express their true feelings towards you, how they really feel about you. But something about divine timing and a need to have patience. Again, we do have a possible delay with the Eight of Wands reversed. Two Little Witches, number 30, magical space clearing time. Again, you need to clear out the old and make way for the new. Whatever kind of negative energy is in your life, you need to remove it. Some of you guys, it is a Leo or someone with strong Leo. Or this King of Pentacles reversed. Again, somebody who is not good with their money, somebody that you cannot rely on. This person may... this person is really irresponsible when it comes to money. Some of you guys, you need to clear out the energy or the attachment towards this King of Pentacles reversed. This may be a moocher is what I heard strongly, meaning someone mooches off of you just for your money. They may have borrowed a lot of money from you and never paid it back. They may not have their finances in order, so they are always having to come for you for financial advice or money because they're like, I don't know what to do. I don't have money to pay my phone bill. And if I don't pay it at midnight, the phone company is going to shut off my phone and I'm not going to have a way to contact anybody. So then you have to like race around and go to the phone store and pay this person's phone bill for them. That way their phone doesn't get turned off. Some of you guys, you had someone abuse you in your past financially. They may have rung up a lot of debt or just been irresponsible with money in general. You may have had a joint account or a joint bank account or use the same credit cards. Like even though obviously credit cards are only in one person's name, but you're allowed to put people who are authorized users on a credit card. So I'm getting something like that as well. Sharing like a joint bank account or a credit card. Eclipse Mermaid number 10, a powerful energy shift. I'm not sure what our next big eclipse is, so keep in mind these messages may not resonate until that eclipse happens, whether it is a new moon eclipse or a full moon. Some of you guys, this whatever is our next eclipse, I can actually look it up, but that may bring in a new beginning or that taking a leap of faith. Some of you guys, that leap of faith is coming from cutting off a person who caused you a lot of anger, or someone who blamed you for a lot of things, or energies can be reversed. You may have blamed this person for a lot of things in your life. Give me one moment. But you have to be very careful, Aquarius, because even though very clearly I see you not only forgiving someone, this could also be forgiving yourself as well. But some of you are totally cutting off a person, and that is fine. because this person has caused you a lot of anger, a lot of grief, a lot of sadness. They may have blamed you for a lot of things that weren't necessarily your fault. We do have a total solar eclipse December 14th and 15th. So again, this may not resonate until the time frame of December, but there has to be a balance here. You may be cutting yourself off from everyone. You may be acting distant or closed off. Maybe because one friend hurt you, you're like, I'm not being friends with anybody. I'm not getting my heart broken again. I'm not getting taken advantage of. You may have had one relationship that went sour or went south with a family member. So in turn, you're like, I'm cutting off every biological family member that I have because I had one bad experience. Some of you guys, this may be multiple people or multiple relationships, whether this is family members or exes, because I have a lot of people cards with the Knight of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. Some of you guys, this could represent two different people with the two little witches card. One could be a friend and one could be a family member. This could represent a brother and a sister. I see three possible ex energies here as well. Yeah, there is a lot of healing that has to take place. Number 13, I am Callie. From death comes rebirth. So you don't have to be scared because Callie showed up. Death in tarot typically does not mean physical death. For a small portion of you, it could represent the death of a loved one or even the death of a pet. But typically, death in tarot is all about endings, changes, and transitions. And also, there is some kind of a rebirth. So there is definitely a new beginning coming in for you, Aquarius. And a rebirth that is happening. Some of you, this could be a spiritual awakening, or I'm getting like something emotional, like an emotional maturity. You may be becoming more mature at expressing your emotions or handling I don't know how to explain it. Like you're becoming more mature or you're growing as a person. Some of you guys are growing in your maturity by cutting a toxic situation off completely. Not saying that forgiving and forgetting or forgiving and cutting off is easy. I'm not saying that you won't have days where you miss this person. I'm not saying you won't have days where you think about this person for the majority of your day. But there is a rebirth and a new beginning coming in. Some of you guys may be doing a lot of work around your house, such as that spring cleaning. You may be getting rid of any and all reminders of your former marriage or your former relationship, whether this is photos or clothing, something like that. You may be saging your house or saging your space. I do have to say there's a little bit of a dark energy with these two cards, and you're trying so hard to move on and move forward with your life that all you're doing is isolating yourself. And you might be like, I'm not isolating myself. I work 8 hours a day, or I go to work 10 hours every day with my commute. And you're like, I work with the public, I have clients, I interact with my coworkers, but really after you come home from your 10-hour workday, you're not interacting with other people, right? So you have your work relationships, maybe that you would see more so as casual. You may have never hung out with your friends outside of the workplace, but it's like you come home and I'm getting like you're feeling really lonely. Some of you guys are going through a separation or a breakup, and that is why you're feeling so alone or isolating yourself. Again, because you're like, I got heartbroken in my past. My ex really hurt me. I have had several exes cheat on me or do me wrong or do me dirty. Some of you guys, you're like, every time I enter a relationship, they're only with me for my money or my finances. And I have trusted people time and time again with my wealth and my income, and they just blow through it and ring up debt, and they never pay me back for what they owe. Some of you guys, this could be custody as well, or child support. And like you're waiting on your baby daddy to pay out the child support, and he either makes up excuses or just outright doesn't pay it, doesn't contact you, doesn't mail you the check. You may also be struggling financially as a single parent, and you're like, I'm buying all the diapers and all the Pampers and the formula, and my baby daddy or baby father can't be bothered to buy a pack of diapers or a can of formula. But really what I'm getting here is you're cutting someone off, possibly forgiving them first, but you're just like, you know what? I forgive you, but that doesn't mean that I want you in my life anymore. I forgive you for hurting me. I forgive you for wronging me. I forgive you for abusing me, but that doesn't mean that you're going to be in my life at all. Cutting someone off. Some of you, this is an ex that you really need to release or let go of, or multiple exes or past hurts. And you need to clear your space. So if all around your house, like every room you go into reminds you of your ex, you may be thinking about moving, is also what I'm getting with that one step at a time. Like you need a new space, whether this is a loft or a room, an apartment or a house. Because some of you are like, how am I supposed to live in the house that I shared with my ex? And every little thing reminds me of them. Even when you get the credit card bill, you're reminded of your ex, because some of you are like, they rang up all this debt and I'm left with the credit card bill. You may be paying off their debt or their recklessness in terms of their finances or their money. Some of you guys, if this person truly died, they may not have had life insurance or any kind of insurance, and now you're left trying to cover the costs of their funeral or their cremation. That's not for everybody, but I have to say that with this card. You're like, this person didn't have life insurance, they didn't have insurance, period, and now you're really struggling to pay for the funeral or the cremation of the ashes. Some of you may be struggling to move on from this person who had died because you are the owner of the ashes, or you are the person responsible for going and spreading the ashes. But I'm not really getting that for everybody. I'm getting that for some, but not all, because this is supposed to be a love reading. A new beginning, that to me as a reader could either represent a new love coming in, or you're having a new beginning with your ex. You're having that renewal and renewed motivation, feeling more hopeful, and having blessings come your way with the Four of Cups reversed. But then the Six of Cups reversed is about an old something, either an old relationship, an old friendship, or an old lover. Not meaning old like they're 100 or in their 90s, but somebody from your past. Some of you guys are really stuck in your past and you are clinging on to whatever thought and comfort, possibly reliving things that you said or did. You went through a loss and now you're feeling bitter because of that loss, because of that breakup or divorce or separation, and you're having a really hard time getting over the loss and getting over the person. Whether this is an ex or somebody that you used to be married to, or you've been waiting a long time for this ex to come around and express their true feelings towards you, or there is a need to have more patience with divine timing for an ex to come back, period. So it's either like you've either been already waiting a long time for this person, or there is more time and patience that you have to have with divine timing or the universe in order for this person to come around. Possibly it is about expressing their true emotions and feelings towards you. Some of you guys are like, I know this person has no feelings towards me because they broke up with me, they cut me off, they blocked me, and you're like, you know, why am I waiting around for somebody who blocked me or couldn't even tell me that they loved me or they cared about me or they wanted long-term commitment and stability with me? And you're like, why am I waiting for months upon months? Like weeks turn into months, months turn into years. And you're like, why am I waiting for this past person to come back and tell me why they really broke up with me? Why the true feelings behind the breakup or their intentions? You're like, why am I waiting for this past lover who couldn't even tell me that they love me or they cared about me? And you're like, I am being so patient, but I am wasting all of this valuable time waiting upon waiting upon waiting. Some of you guys, there's definitely going to be more delays with that Eight of Wands reversed. So there's going to be a delay in divine timing, or that's what this combination is telling me. Or the delay could also be about a new beginning, coming forward, taking that leap of faith. Some of you guys, the delay is with a past person